Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. I am here with another plan with me this week for the week of September 17th through to the 23rd, and this will be my last Harry Potter kit that I'm gonna do. I was supposed to have another one after this, but I decided to do my fall kits early, mostly because the one I had left was another Simply a Mess kit. And while I love her designs and I love her art, her formats just aren't friendly to the way that I plan, and I find I get frustrated when I'm trying to plan with her kits. So I'm just going to start with the fall kits early because I over-ordered those, and we will make this our last Harry Potter kit. So in honor of it being the last Harry Potter kit, I decided to go back and find a tag that Holly from Holly Plans, Viv from Viv Loves to Plan, Jasenia from Jasenia Plans, I can't remember her YouTube name, I'm completely blanking, and Kiara from Paper Princess Plans, they had done at the beginning of the year, and it's just like a Harry Potter tag that they had done, and I believe it had been up on like a community or something. So we're gonna do that. We're just gonna really quickly flip back to the week that we're in currently, just so that you can see how it all went down. I didn't change too much. I was able to get this up, which is great because I ended up working a completely different shift on Wednesday, so that threw my plans for a loop. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get started on this week, and I'm using the Loyal kit from TheBrennaRiannePlan, and this, again, it's a Hufflepuff kit because your girl's a Hufflepuff. We've talked about this. I'm very proud of my Hufflepuff status. And I'm just going to really quickly go through it. We've got some fancy labels, cut washi, bottom washi, headers, and little things. Quarter boxes, more quarter boxes, deco, icons, half boxes, bill dues, habit trackers, weekly lists, and full heart, ombre heart check boxes. And then I think I ordered this separately, but it's the date covers with the date dots. So we are going to start with the bottom washi. And while I am doing that, I am going to do the first question. So the first question was, when did you first read the books? And I did not start reading the books until I was in grade 5 or 6, maybe even later now that I'm thinking about it. My teacher started reading The Philosopher's Stone to us at the beginning of the school year one year. Our school years, when we began them, when I was in elementary school, were always like, that first week was always, it was not a standard first week because I lived on a military base and there was still a lot of people being posted in. So they always sort of treated that first week as almost like a write-off. So we ended up doing, you know, a lot of like reading and things, like fun things, just to get excuse me and to get us sort of settled before everybody had sort of completely trickled in. Oh my goodness. So they had started reading that, and that was right around the time that Goblet of Fire had come out. So it's gotta be around then. I can't remember. But yeah, so, and then after that I was lost. There was no coming back. I have always loved it ever since. I was the type of person, you know, I would get the book the night it came out, or as soon as I could, depending on where I was living at the time. There's my date dots. And read it all that night. So that is when I first read the books. So we're just gonna put these date dots down. These are from MCrystalPrints, and these are her gold foil ones. Oh my goodness, there we go. So 17. They're a little bit bigger than the ones that come with the kit, but that's okay, because everything's better with foil, you guys. We all know this. If it'll pick up. There we go. And we're gonna go ahead out and white out the dates as well, because yeah, this will definitely show through. So I grab my Bic again. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Oh my goodness. This does not want to come up. There we go. So the next question is, how many times have you read the books? I can't answer that because I don't know. I have read them so many times. I'm actually currently in the process of rereading them. I'm on Order of the Phoenix. And like I said, I honestly cannot remember how many times I've reread them. I know I had to read The Philosopher's Stone for an English class that I had when I was in university, which was so weird because, you know, you're reading something that you love for an academic purpose, which was bizarre to me. But yeah, like honestly, I've read them so many times and I love them every single time. No, 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 we're not playing this game. You were working so well. There we go. Okay, next question is, what is your favorite book? And my favorite book is actually is Prisoner of Azkaban. It has always been my favorite book. I just found it to be one of the most interesting in terms of characters, and I've always loved it. My second favorite would probably be Deathly Hallows, because I find that you get to learn a little bit more about the outside world and what's going on than with the other books, because the other books, obviously, they're at school, right? And all you really see, for the most part, is what's happening in the school. Whereas with Deathly Hallows, it takes place 100% outside, well, not 100%, but like 90% outside of the school. So you get to learn more about the wizarding world as a whole, which I really, really like. I thought that was really interesting. And also, you know, you get to be introduced to a lot of different characters in a lot of different ways. Like you've got, and even reintroduced, like you've got Grip Hook and, you know, Dobby, and Luna, and like you get to be introduced to Xenophilius, and, you know, Fred and George and Lee are all doing their thing, and you get to see different facets of what resistance looks like. And I think in the type of world that we're living in right now, it's really important for people to see that and to know that resistance isn't necessarily violent. Resistance is just like slowly and methodically undermining something that isn't right. I read this really, really interesting quote on Tumblr the other day that said, Order of the Phoenix is one of the reasons why the current generation is so into like political upheaval and stuff like that, because they had that presented to them. It's like, you have the Order of the Phoenix, which is essentially a underground resistance group. And not only that, but you have Dumbledore's army, which is a young person version of it. Like, they're actively fighting against a regime that is unjust. And I thought that was a really interesting way to look at things. Okay, so we're gonna do full boxes next. Now, if you guys remember my haul of this, I am not a huge fan of the script that she used for her quote box, but I'm gonna go ahead and use it anyways. Just because, how did I do them last week? Just the bottom. I'm gonna do Hufflepuff's cup on Monday. And then we'll do the print on Tuesday. And we're going to do the owl and the scarf on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday's fine. And we'll do the pillow and stuff on Thursday. One of the other things I absolutely love about Order of the Phoenix is the fact that, you know, Harry speaks out in defense of himself. And I think that's really important because, like, this poor kid, like, he's 15 years old, just barely 15 years old. He just saw somebody he was friends with die the year before, like this school year before. He watched the shades of his parents come back to help save him from being murdered by an evil, evil, evil person, if you even can count Voldemort as a person at this point. And then he gets shipped back to a place he hates, to people he hates, where he's mentally and emotionally abused, and then proceeded to be ignored by the people that are supposed to care about him. And I always thought that that was a really interesting, and the fact that Harry actually responded in the way that I know I would. Like, I would have been pissed, and I would have reacted exactly the same as he did. Like, I would have been shouting, and I would have been angry, and I would have been, like, losing my mind at my friends and the people that are supposed to care about me. Because, you know, that's not how you treat people. Okay. So I'm gonna use, so these are the glitter headers from my got my letter kit from Simply a Mess. So went with this one. There was extra left over, so I'm just going to pull those in and use them. But yeah, so I love the fact that Harry actually responded the way that any normal 15-year-old would respond, and that was to blow his top. And I thought that that was really accurate and really fair and really believable. So well done, J.K. Rowling. So I'm just gonna do the ones above the full boxes as my today's. So the next question is, what's your favorite movie? And I would have to say Deathly Hallows at part 1 and 2 for the same reasons that I had mentioned before, is like you get to see them out in the world, and you know, you get to see all those characters and you get to see them interact and all of that. I love, love, love that. But I would also say that, and this one's gonna be a really controversial one because most people are not huge fans of the Goblet of Fire movie. And I'll admit, like, there's so much missing from the Goblet of Fire movie. But I loved all of the choices that were made for that movie. Like, I thought that it was awesome, personally. One of my favorite parts of the movie is actually everything to do with the Yule Ball. I thought that that was just, honestly, so when I saw Goblet of Fire, I was 18. And there was all these scenes in there that just literally had me in stitches. Like, when Harry and Ron are trying to find dates for the ball, and the whole, it's like, how are you supposed to get one on your on their own, to ask them and all of that. And like the scene after the ball with Hermione and Ron, when he's being all like, oh, well, he only is interested in you because he thinks that you can get him close to Harry or whatever. And Ron's, you know, being a total twit. And you see Hermione sit down on the steps and take her shoes off, and she's crying. And then there's these girls behind her comforting their crying friend. And, like, keep in mind, like, these are high school kids. And I was still in high school, and literally that was every single dance at my school. Is you would always see at least one group of girls comforting their crying friend. And honestly, that right there was just like, that's pure cinematic genius in my opinion. I thought that was the best. So these headers are glossy and the rest of the kit is matte. I'm not too worried about it because I also pulled some foil overlays, which is going to make them look glossy anyway, so I'm not super fussed. But yeah, so Goblet of Fire, I absolutely like. And Myrtle in the Goblet of Fire, oh my gosh, she's just awesome. Like, I was gutted that they didn't put Dobby in the movie, but at the same time, I can sort of understand why. Like, it was, the book is so dense that it would have been, like, the fact that they managed to get what they did in there without sacrificing more than what they did, I'm impressed. But yeah, and Neville in that movie is just amazing, and I love him. No, I love that movie. I really do. Like, I can watch Goblet of Fire over and over and over again. And I know that most people don't love it, but I do. I'm not a huge fan of Prisoner of Azkaban, the movie, which is too bad because, like, it's one of my favorite books. But the reason is, like, and this is gonna sound like sacrilege, I don't agree with the casting for Sirius and Remus. And, like, that was my thing, is like, Gary Oldman's a good looking guy, but he's an older man. And David Thewlis, also a decent looking guy, but again, older. Lily and James were barely out of school when they had Harry. Like, we're talking, Harry was born in 81, and I think the grave markers at Godric's Hollow said that Lily was born in 61. That means that Lily was 20. So by the time Harry's third year rolled around, it would have been 94 or something close to that. So 13 years on. So Lily would have been, she would have been 33. She would have been my age, like 2 years older than I am right now. And, like, David Thewlis and Gary Oldman are in their 50s, right? So like that's my issue, is like and even the people that they cast for James and Lily, they were too old, and it loses a lot of the emotional resonance, in my opinion, by making them look so old. Like these were kids, like they were babies when they died, when they were murdered. So like they're both fantastic actors. I just don't agree with them as Sirius and Remus. And I think that's what gets me for Prisoner of Azkaban. So next question is, what house are you? I don't know, guys. What house am I? Can you tell what house I am? Because I don't know if you guys can tell. Anyways, all joking aside, I am a Hufflepuff. For a while when I was a teenager, it went between Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw, and I wanted to be Ravenclaw. But, you know, I grew up and I was just like, you know, Ravenclaw's all well and good. And, you know, it's good to be smart. But I slowly fell in love with the idea of being a Hufflepuff. And a lot of it comes down to the fact that Hufflepuffs are just honestly good people. Like, there's no drama really with Hufflepuffs. It's just simple, and you know, what you see is what you get. And I can appreciate having that in your life. You know, to be a Hufflepuff is to be just and loyal, and like the Sorting Hat song says, unafraid of toil. So it means that you're going to be an inherently good person. You're going to be loyal to the people around you, and you know, you're not afraid of getting your hands dirty. And I think it's a little bit too on the nose, but like you look at Professor Sprout and it's like the literal meaning of unafraid of getting your hands dirty. She's the herbology teacher. And I love that. And I think, you know, you have the Ravenclaws who are just like, oh, I'm smart. And, you know, I know how to think things through. And you've got the Gryffindors who are like, oh, well, I'm brave and, you know, I'll take everything on. And you got the Slytherins who are cunning and they're sly, which isn't a bad thing by any stretch of the imagination. But then you have the Hufflepuffs who are just like, you know, I want to be a good person. And I think that there's a lot to say about being a good person. And, you know, sometimes you don't always have to be, you know, you don't always have to, so I'm just looking for a little strip of washi. You don't always have to be some, you know, really important, like, oh, look at me, I'm super special type person. Sometimes you just have to be good. And I think, in my opinion, to be good as a human being is more important than being smart. It's more important than being cunning. It's more important than being brave, because it means that, you know, you care, and you care about everybody, and you care about everything, and it's not being done for an ulterior motive. And that is my opinion on being a Hufflepuff, and I love it. All right, so I'm doing my sidebar here. So I'm just gonna step away from the questions here for a second. So I did not leave room for my habit tracker. Hold that thought. Is there still enough room? Yes, and I have enough room for a strip of washi. Excellent. See, I know what I'm doing, guys, apparently. Let's do this little yellow one. Okay. So like I said, stepping away from the Harry Potter stuff for just a second. I know last week I was talking about how I was thinking of getting in on the Simply Gilded pre-sale, and just working on this made me think of it. And yo, you guys, I actually did it. I have ordered some Simply Gilded washi. And I was just like, oh my God, seriously, do you need to do this? And my brain was like, yes, you did. Because you ended up working a longer shift on Wednesday than you were supposed to. So whatever, you are allowed to treat yourself. So yeah, Simply Gilded. I got an order coming to me from someone else that you guys will be super excited about. And then what else? And then I've made appointments. This mop is getting cut. But we will get into that later on. I just wanted to mention the fact that I had done the order. So, and if anybody has like a sort of turnaround time frame on those orders, that would be great, because I've never done this before. Okay, so back into the questions. Just looking for my little things here. So the next question is sort of a follow-up question from the what house are you? And that is, what house traits do you embody? I think for me, it's, you know, the whole being just thing. I like to keep things fair as much as possible, and I like to keep things, like, I dislike it when there is not even just unfairness in the world, but like injustice in the world. And I'd like to think that I try to speak out about that as much as possible. I have a staff right now that we're about 50-50 in terms of Caucasian and other. And that's in the wrong spot. And I get really, really upset when my staff that are non-Caucasian are treated differently by customers than my Caucasian staff would be. And, you know, I call people out on it. Like, I have no chill about it. Like, I will literally, like, one of the things that people will often do is, like, they'll give those guys, like, a whole bunch of stuff and they want multiple sizes, and then it'll be, like, 2 minutes, and they're like, oh, well, did she forget about me? I'm like, no, you gave her about 5 different things, and it takes a while to find. Like, just cool your jets. But they don't do that with my Caucasian staff. And that bothers me. That bothers me a lot. And my guys say that, you know, I'm the first to stand up for them, which I really, really appreciate. And that's what I want to be. I also, you know, try to keep, you know, hours even. So, like, not one person gets a whole bunch of hours just because I like them or something. Everybody, like, it equals out to either what they asked for, what they're available for, and what I need them for. And I work really hard to be what I hope is a good person. I'm also, I wouldn't say, I am loyal and I'm not loyal. And that one's tricky because I can hold a grudge like a freaking beast. Like, I can hold a grudge really, really bad. But I think, sorry, this one actually made me tear up a little. So as you guys know, I am living in a new place, and part of the reason for that is because my roommate and I essentially split. Like, we were just roommates. We weren't dating or anything like that. But we were so embedded in each other's lives that we may as well have been dating. And, like, we were basically sisters. And sorry, one second. Anyways, so that one was really hard, and like for a while we were not in a good place. Like we still had to interact with each other because we do work for the same company, and we found it very, very hard to interact with one another, and we were very angry with one another. And it was partly her and it was partly me, and I'm not gonna say that it was all me, and I'm not gonna say that it was all her. But the reason why I say that I am loyal is because I hate it when I feel like she's being taken advantage of. So, oh my goodness, I don't know why this made me so emotional. So even though we're not really friends anymore, so even though we're not really friends anymore, I will still defend her, probably till my dying breath, because she was such a big part of my life, and I hate to think that, you know, she's being treated poorly. And I am sort of like that with other people in my life as well. Is like, you know, that running joke of like about your siblings and stuff like that, where it's like nobody gets to treat you like garbage but me. That's sort of what it's like. So like our relationship is gone, but she's still part of my life, and I'm still going to defend her. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, so we're going to grab some quarter boxes. And what I'm going to do, because we've got two different types of quarter boxes here, I'm going to use the rounded quarter box for my work stuff and like for when I'm actually working, and then I'm going to use the square one for my day off. And then she has the fancy labels, and I'm going to use those for my filming, uploading, all that fun stuff. So I'm just going to grab this one right here. I apologize, guys. I have no idea why that set me off so bad. It's been a while since, like, it's been over a year, but apparently it's still enough. It's still enough. It's hard when you lose a relationship like that. And like I said, she was basically like a sister to me, so it's tough. It's really, really tough. Just gonna put that one down. So next question is, have you ever done any fandom stuff? Yo, guys, I am so deep into fandom, it is not even funny. I am a fandom girl at heart. I always have been. Like, I remember, I didn't realize it at the time, but I remember reading Backstreet Boys fandom, or fanfic, when I was just a wee child. Like, I was probably about 11 years old. I have always been involved in fandom. I firmly believe that some of the best authors out there are fanfic authors, and I have been known to go back to oh goodness, I apologize, now I'm all snuffly. Go back to my favorite authors and reread their stuff constantly. Like, I will probably reread a fic just as much as I will reread the Harry Potter series. And you know, that says a lot about the quality of the content that's being created. There are some beautiful fan artists out there. people who make fan videos and like music videos basically. And not only the fanfic, right now I'm listening, and I have been listening to the Quibbler podcast, which actually Holly from Holly Plans recommended when she did hers of this back at the beginning of the year. And it is basically, as they call it, a Harry Potter fan or a book club for adults. And it is awesome. Like, it is so good. It is so fun to listen to, and it's definitely for adults. Like, there's lots of swearing. There's, as they say, adult themes, and their adult themes can be anything from economics to child abuse. Because let's be real, Harry was abused. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put down my work scripts. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm just trying to get myself back in the right mindset. Okay. Where's my, there it is. So these are from MagicPrintsCo. But yeah, so I am fully entrenched in fandom. I have been involved in multiple fandoms. Harry Potter is one of the bigger ones that I've been involved in, but I have also been involved in, oh, I just realized that I'm gonna have to do something for that because I can't write. Oh my goodness. I can't write in black on black. You won't see it. So Harry Potter, the Stargates, mostly SG-1 and Atlantis, not so much Universe. Actually, I have never even watched Universe. People keep telling me that I should. So Harry Potter, Stargates. What other fandoms have I been? Merlin. I'm currently rewatching Merlin right now, and I think that's one of the reasons why I'm so emotional. Because yeah, Merlin was our show. It was our show. And those boys, they are so dumb, and I love them so much. But yeah, so I'm deeply entrenched in fandom. I am not really a content creator, just because I have no natural talent, really. Like, I can write, and I enjoy writing, but I don't have the dedication, I'll be honest. Okay, so let's start planning. So on Monday, I'm going to upload this. There we go, fancy labels. And while I'm doing that, we're gonna move on to the next question, which is, who is your favorite character? And my favorite character changes. For the longest time, it was Sirius, and in a lot of ways it still is, but I have come to realize that, you know, he is a slightly problematic fave, and I can appreciate that, and I understand where that thought process is coming from, and I don't disagree with it. However, I think people like to forget that, yes, Sirius can be a jerk, and yes, he was a bully as a kid, and yes, he did not treat Creature well, and yes, he was rash. But this man was imprisoned unjustly for 12 years with soul-sucking monsters that even the fact that he made it out with any semblance of sanity left, I'm impressed by. And I'm not excusing what he did and how he acted, and especially the way he treated Creature. But I think sometimes we have to remember that there's reasons for why people act the way they act. Sorry, I'm just trying to find things to mark my workouts, because I don't want to just do, and she only has 2 flags. You know what, we're gonna use the flags because they're cute. And then if I go to the gym more, that's fine. So just gonna put that down. So I love Sirius, and he is a problematic fave, and I understand that. Though that upload sticker, by the way, was from the Coffee Break Planner, and I realized that I did not have foiled upload stickers, which is just unheard of and disgusting, and I'm very angry with myself. Okay, disgusting is probably a strong word. But I also love Ginny. Like, book Ginny is badass. Like, she is complete badass. Like, she was basically, like, between her and Neville, they were running the underground while Harry, Ron, and Hermione were gone. And, you know, there's this one line that she says, this, like, one thing growing up with Fred and George taught me is you can do anything if you've got enough nerve. And I thought that that is such a great line, because it just sort of embodies what I feel Ginny is. And she's more like Fred and George than she is like Ron. And she also has the influence of Bill and Charlie, who are also very, very strong role models. And I think that that is just great. Okay, so that is Monday, and then Tuesday, I do have an appointment to go to. I have to go to the dealership because my car has this thing, like, I don't know if there's anything actually like needing to be checked, but because it's a new car, it has like an automated setup thing that will ding at me if it thinks that it's time for me to go get my car serviced. And that's what it did. It's been doing the last couple days. So I made an appointment before work on Tuesday. There's my cars. And that running shoe was from PrettySheepy. And I'm just going to put the car, which is from MagicPrintsCo, and it's just gonna go right there. And then on Wednesday, I want to go to the gym again. I really wish that she had more flags. Sad face. So I'm gonna put that there. And then also on Tuesday, I completely forgot about this, is I want to film for my haul. And that is going to be a yellow one. There we go. Oh, that is really crooked. But yeah, Ginny is badass in the books. Her character got shafted in the movies. She really did. Like, as awful as that sounds, it's so true. She got absolutely shafted. And then that's a film script from MagicPrintsCo. And then on Wednesday, like I said, the gym, and then I want to upload, or not upload, edit. I'm just gonna put that one right there. And I'm going to use the edit script from MagicPrintsCo. Perfect. And then on Thursday, I want to go to the gym again, but I don't have anything to mark it down with. And then also Luna. And I know that that sounds like such a trite answer, like in terms of like everybody loves Luna. We all know that everybody loves Luna, right? But I do. I love her so much. I love the fact that, you know, she just doesn't care. You know, and she believes in what she believes in. And, you know, she's like, in a lot of ways, she's very Hufflepuffy. She's very loyal, and she's just a good person, and I love her for it. Okay, Thursday, gym. I might just do just the running shoe. Oh, and you know what I forgot to do on the upload? I forgot to grab this Open Heart from CleverGalCrafts gold foil in the Lily colorway. So we're just gonna pop that right there. I think I need to buy flags from CleverGalCrafts. I think that's what I might do right after I finish this. Because I've been using the flags to mark for the gym, and I think that's what I'm gonna keep doing because I really like it. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and grab this, another running shoe from PrettySheepy, and it's just gonna be by itself for the gym on Thursday. And that's really all I have planned on Thursday. I should probably get some cleaning done, so probably just grab this sheet, which is the Domestic Duties from CleverGalCrafts in the Lily colorway, and gold foil. And I'm just going to grab a quarter box, and I'm gonna put that right up there. And I'm going to grab, oh, my back just crunched. I'm just gonna grab the bucket. I just basically need to do like general maintenance. Oh, that looks so cute. Okay, I don't need that anymore. Friday, again, the gym. Okay, I gotta plow through the rest of these questions. And do you own any wands? No, I do not own any wands. I wish I owned wands, but I do not. I have a lightsaber. Does that count? No, it doesn't count. But I have a lightsaber, and my lightsaber's badass, man. Where'd my appointment labels go? See, this is why I should not be allowed out in public, guys. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing half the time. Okay, so Friday I am uploading again, and that is going to be a haul, and it's got all sorts of fun stuff in it. So I just need my upload scripts from the Coffee Break Planner, or Coffee Break Planner, and we're just gonna set that sort of there. But yeah, no, I would totally want a wand. But yeah, my lightsaber is actually from Disney. I got it at Hollywood Studios, and it was a build your own, and it's purple, and it's awesome. But no, totally would go to the Wizarding World, which was actually part of the fandom question, is like, have you ever been to the Wizarding World? I have not. We didn't have time when we went down to Florida the last time. Well, when we went down to Florida, not for the last time, because yeah, I'm going again. I didn't have time, and it kind of broke my heart. So I will definitely be going back. Do you have any favorite quotes? Yes. I have many, many favorite quotes. One of my favorites is actually from Sirius. So I'm going to do laundry on Saturday. And so I just need I'm going to grab a half box. I always grab half boxes for laundry. I don't know why. And the line is actually, the world isn't split into good people and Death Eaters. And I think that that's such a great thing to remember, that in a world that seems so evil, there are people who are just gray, you know? It's not just the good guys and the bad guys. There are some people who are in between. Some people who, you know, don't want to get involved. And that doesn't necessarily make them bad people. It's just like, there are some people who, for their own mental health, cannot get involved. Like, I know for me, to get involved in a lot of politics, it's just, it's a little bit too emotionally taxing. This is just a clear foiled sticker from Rory's Sweet Addiction. It's from her sampler sheet. And I'm also going to grab this laundry script from Planning with Miss Daisy. But yeah, like there's some people who just mentally or emotionally and for their own mental health can't get involved in the big things. And that is a thing. And like there's some people who are just, you know, gray. Like they're not good, they're not bad, they just exist. And there's nothing wrong with that unless they're the type of person to complain about what's going on. And in which case, yeah, you got to do something. You got to get involved a little bit. However it's comfortable for you. But you can't just split the world into good and bad with nothing in between. Like that's not an option. It doesn't work that way. And I'm just gonna grab another quarter box because I also want to paint my nails. And I'm going to grab a nail polish bottle from my Planning Roses sheet. I'm just gonna pop that one right there. Is that all I usually do on Saturdays? Laundry and paint my nails? Yep, that's about it. Okay. And another one of my favorite quotes, and again, it's my love of Luna. It's the, don't worry, you're just as sane as I am. And, you know, and I think that a lot has a lot to say as well. Is like, just because you see things differently doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you or that you're not sane, for lack of a better term. I think it's a really, really important thing to keep in mind, that, you know, different people see things differently, and that's not bad. It just is. So I'm going to grab another half box, and that is going to be for groceries. And I tend to keep like my groceries one close to like my meal little things because they're both food related, so may as well. But yeah, oh my gosh, I cannot put this one down straight to save my life. But yeah, so those are two of my favorite quotes. One of my favorite movie quotes is from Half-Blood Prince, I think it was, and it's not in the books, and I'm not sure if it was scripted or if it was ad-libbed. Oh, I didn't want to actually use that. Can I peel it up? I think I might be able to peel it up and save it. Come on, get your nail under it. I might not be able to reuse it, but we'll see. And that is when Harry and Hermione are in the library and they're talking about Romualda Vane, and Hermione's like, she just wants you because she thinks you're the chosen one. And Harry says like, but I am the chosen one. And she whaps him, and he's like, oh, okay, just kidding, sorry. And like, that is such a friend move, and I loved it. Like, I love Harry and Hermione's interactions personally. Like, I wouldn't say that I'm a Harry Hermione shipper, but I definitely think that they're better together than who they ended up with. And I'll leave it at that. So I just grabbed this Planning Roses grocery shopping script that I'm just going to pop right in there. Ah, that's so cute. And then I'm running out of things. I'm running out of things to use, you guys. I'm just going to grab a piece of cut washi, and that's gonna go there. And I'm going to grab another piece of cut washi, and that's gonna go there. And I'm going to get my film. So, all right, right, where'd it go? Where'd it go? So I just grabbed the planner from the kit and then this film script, and then I'm going to get this Instagram icon also from MagicPrintsCo, and that's going to go right there. And I'm just going to grab the weekend banner from the kit, and I think it's gonna have to go there. There we go, that's okay, that works. That goes there. And then I'm just going to grab, I'm gonna grab this orangey colored yarn ball from my crochet sheet from the Coffee Break Planner, because it kind of matches actually. And then I'm going to grab this little scale, which I'm going to put right there. It's a little bit crooked, but that's okay. And this dollar sign, which I'm going to put right there. I wish it was a different color, but that's okay. I'll survive. And that is that. Like, that's all the stuff from the kit. And then all I want to do is put down these glitter headers. And these are from Rory's Sweet Edition. And these are the foiled header in the confetti small. Yeah, it would have looked like it was foiled or glossy anyways, so it is a-okay in my book. So I gotta get more of these because I kind of love them. I should have probably grabbed more of the corners, but I'm trying to save. I'm trying not to go through them too quickly. I'm trying to be a good bean, and I don't know how well it's working, but yeah. And then the last question, I just dropped my headers, is what is your favorite magical creature? I have always loved, even when they first mentioned them in book 4, the Nifflers. I think the Nifflers are so freaking cute. So cute. I love them. Also, I love hippogriffs. I love the fact that hippogriffs demand respect, and if you don't treat them with respect, then you get hurt. And I think that's something that, you know, people have to take. Oh my gosh, this one does not want to play nice. Okay, I think it's down. People have to take into consideration for, oh, I forgot to put a running shoe down there. They have to take that into consideration with the rest of like animal life. You know, animals have feelings, animals have emotions, and you know, you can't just treat animals like garbage and then expect them not to retaliate. Like, that's one of the things that frustrates me a lot about a lot of like animal laws is like, oh, well, they bit this toddler, I'm gonna it's like, they bit this toddler, we have to put it down. It's like, no. Okay, first of all, let's look into the situation. Why did the animal bite the toddler? Was it because the animal was crawling, or the toddler was crawling all over it and driving it crazy, and the animal had tried to warn it away with like a headbutt or something like that, and the toddler and the parent didn't pay attention? Because in that case, then the animal is not at fault, in my opinion. The animal had done everything that it could do to gently tell the child that you're annoying me and I want you to stop. And the toddler and the parent didn't listen. And then that's on the parent, in my opinion. My nephew's gonna be 5 in December, and my brother has a dog. His name is TJ, and he is a husky, and he is a very chill dog, like super chill. Like, they were telling me one time about how TJ, or how Jaden, they had told me about how one day my nephew had basically been hanging off of TJ's jowls, like just sort of like holding on to his jowls. And I'm like, okay, and did you stop him? And they're like, yes, we stopped him. I'm like, okay, good, because that's not fair to TJ. Like nobody would like that. But TJ had a brother. His name was Dante, and my brother ended up having to give him up because he was not fitting in with the family very well. He did not respond well to Jaden, and at the same time, it's like, it's so unfortunate that, you know, this animal, like, they ended up finding him a really, really good home, but this animal basically lost his family because he didn't get along with the child. And, you know, he would snap at my nephew, and it's like, okay, but seriously. But anyways, I digress. The whole point was the fact that I love the fact that hippogriffs demand respect, and I think it teaches people to respect the animals that are in our lives. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and really quickly write this stuff in, and I will be right back. All right, you guys, that is what it looks like after the pen and everything is down, and it is so beautiful, and I am done the questions. So this turned out really, really cute, and I love all the foil. This is a really great way to end our month of Harry Potter. So next week we will be starting to film all of our fall stuff. So I've got a whole bunch of fun kits ready for you guys. I'm really looking forward to them. I hope you are too. I'm just gonna really quickly go through what's left of the kit. So I have all of the full heart check boxes, most of the little things, very little of the washi sheet left. I have my heart checklist and a lot of the icons and the movie marquee left, and then I have a weekly tracker, a couple 3 heart check boxes, bill dues, a habit tracker, and some half boxes. But beyond that, not a whole lot left. So very, very good kit. I really like the way that she formats her kits. Like I said, the only thing that I didn't super love is the way that she did that quote box. So I really like Brenna Rianne plans. Like, I planned with her back in, was it in July? Yeah, it was in July. And I did the badass kit, and like, her stuff's super cute, right? So definitely think about shopping with her. And she's Canadian, so all my international friends, her shipping costs are lower, which is really nice. But with that, I am out. You guys have a great day. I will see you later this week. Bye-bye.